Welcome to Dream Tuesday. I'm Mary Walker, and what I'm about to share isn't just a dream, it's a divine message for anyone who's ever felt stuck in their healing, stretched beyond their limits, or quietly wondering, why is this taking so long? In the Beyond the Veil series, Alexis travels across time and soul to uncover who she truly is. But this vision, it felt bigger, deeper, like it was meant for every soul quietly doing the inner work, unsure if it's even making a difference. One word echoed in the dream: Benet, a runner, a soul sent to restore timelines, reclaim power, and remember what others have forgotten. If you've ever felt like a slingshot pulled so far back it almost hurts, this story is for you. Let's step into today's revelation: the runner called Benet. Last night, the veil parted again. It began in a quiet house that felt familiar, but wasn't mine. I stepped inside like I lived there, in some other version of myself. The sunlight spilled through the blinds, warm and golden, yet the silence carried weight. Not an emptiness, more like expectation. Then she appeared. A woman I didn't recognize, but somehow knew. Her presence was steady, ancient. She didn't rush to speak, just studied me with her eyes that held entire lifetimes. Then, in a voice calm and sure, she said, "You're one of those runners, a Benet." The word dropped like a key in a lock. I didn't understand it with my mind, but my soul recognized it immediately. Something sacred stirred deep within me, older than memory, but alive. And then everything changed. The dream pulled me through timelines, my childhood, teenage years, forgotten corners of my past. But I wasn't just watching. I was inside those moments, feeling, healing, speaking truth where silence had lived, holding the hand of my younger self, sometimes with tears, sometimes with fierce love, reclaiming what I had long abandoned. Each time I brought something back into wholeness, I heard myself whisper, "Almost done, just a few more to go." And then came the moment that brought it all together. I saw myself standing still, not in a memory, but in now, surrounded by the echoes of every moment I had revisited. I felt the weight I had carried, not just the pain, but the purpose behind it, and I finally understood. This journey wasn't about reliving the past. It was about restoring it. It was about it hadn't been stuck. I had been gathering momentum. Every wound healed was energy reclaimed. Every timeline revisited was a thread pulled back into alignment. Then came the vision. A giant slingshot stretched to its limit. The tension so intense, it almost hurt. But when it released, it was breathtaking. What had been pulled back shot forward like lightning across the sky. And that's when I knew I was never being held back. I was being prepared, not delayed, collaborated, not lost, positioned. All of this, the soul work, the reminding, the title, Benet, has been a sacred preparation for something far greater than I imagined. This wasn't just a dream. It was a briefing. Here's the truth about soul work. It's not about fixing what's broken. It's about remembering what was buried. It's not about hustling for worth, it's about reclaiming what was always yours. You don't have to go back to get stuck, you go back to get free. The delays and the detours weren't setbacks, they were sacred setups. I'm telling this story today because someone out there thinks they're behind. Someone thinks their heavy journey is taking too long. Someone believes the weight they're carrying is a sign they're doing something wrong. But let me be clear. The weight is not shame, it's legacy. The pullback you feel, it's alignment. And those moments when life sends you spiraling through memory and emotions, that's not chaos, it's collaboration. You're not crazy for seeing patterns others don't. You're not broken for feeling deeply. You're not lost. You're being led. This story is for the ones doing quiet, invisible work, the runners, the Benet, the timeline healers. You know who you are. You feel it in your bones. You wake up from dreams that aren't just dreams. They're messages, maps, and missions. I'm telling this story because someone needs to know you're not circling. You're spiraling upwards. You're almost there. Just a few more to go. Thank you for walking with me through this week's Dream Tuesday. If this story spoke to your spirit, if you've been feeling that divine stretch, that tug between past and future, leave a comment below. Share your truth. Healing begins when we stop hiding and start honoring the deeper call. Until next time, stay awake, stay true, and trust the mission you were born to carry. Because your life isn't on hold, it's preparing for launch.